Hey guys, how's it going? Azrak Collection here. Back after a while. I've just taken a little bit of a break, but I'm back now. I just wanted to do more reviews. I hope you're all practicing social distancing and please stay safe and please stay indoors. So let's kick things off with this action figure here. This is, as some people might have noticed, a fake Mezco action figure. This is a new figure that came out in AliExpress. So something that kind of struck me is this is made by actual company now. It's not just a duplicate Mezco uh, kind of box and duplicate Mezco kind of figure. They've actually got the Legend Creation logo on the box as well. So that's something that we'll talk about later. But yeah, I just wanted to go through what we're gonna talk about in this video and how it's structured. So we're looking at the knockoff Mezco Shazam as discussed. So I'll talk about, is it worth it, why I bought it, the quality, the paint, the sculpt of the figure, the articulation, the accessories, the box, and the packaging, and then we'll end it off with a lot of height comparisons. So we'll compare this figure next to a whole bunch of other figures in the similar like DC, Marvel, all those figures. So yeah, let's get started. So to kick things off, I think I got this figure for around 45 Australian dollars, which is not sure what it's comparable to the US, but it's quite cheap. Usually a Mezco would cost in Australia about $140. So I think I got him for $100 less than what the original cost. So is it worth it? It's a decent figure. It's good enough. The reason I bought him is because I didn't have the official Mezco product. When I started collecting Mezco, it was I was way beyond being able to purchase this figure. So I wasn't really willing to pay second hand or secondary prices in the market. So I stuck with, or when I saw this KO Mezco figure, I thought, hey, might as well get him in the collection. I'm gonna try to customize him anyways. So I thought that amount of money was worth it. So yeah, for me it was worth it because I'm looking to do customs on this, but I'm not entirely sure if it's not better than a real Mezco. It's probably okay, it's decent. It's comparable to maybe say a multiverse figure that would cost around the same 30 to 40 bucks. So it's probably comparable to that, but I wouldn't say you should buy this over the original Mezco because that's going to be way better in terms of quality. Most things that are done here are done pretty well. So the base body is, I think, similar to all the other bodies that we have. So all the BVS fakes, all the Captain America fakes, all the Punisher fakes, I think it uses the same body. So in that regard, the body is very similar. It's not the best body. It's a little bit flimsy. It isn't the best in terms of joints and stuff. So yeah, he does hold pose as well, and the cape is done pretty well. So that cape is pretty good. Yeah, so we just get to zoom, and the face sculpt is not that bad. So the quality of it, all in all, is not that bad. The face sculpt is not that bad, but the paint is pretty horrible. Yeah, the cape is done pretty well. Let's just look at the cape first. So I'll set him down here if he stands. There you go. The cape is pretty well done. It's got all the details the original Mezco does. It's wired, so it'll hold its shape, and you can bend it and do all sorts of things with it. So yeah, the figure in itself the body is pretty good, even though it's a little bit skinnier than what I think original Captain Marvel would look like, or Shazam would look like. The waist tab is a bit flimsy. So yeah, it's not that bad, but yeah, the joints are all okay, I guess, but we'll go through that in the articulation section. The costume is done pretty well. Yeah, you can look at it at all sides and it's done pretty well. So yeah, that's something that they got right, except for the line here, which I don't think the original has. So yeah, and the printing mishap, obviously it's not centered. Yeah, it's an alright figure. I mean, for the price, for 30 bucks, which is actually a whole bunch cheaper than the original Mezco, I think it's alright. But yeah, I wouldn't ask anybody to support like the knockoff market. If you can, buy the original product. But yeah, I think it's alright. So in terms of quality, it's pretty okay. Paint is pretty horrible, but if you can customize, you could probably fix it. The sculpt is all copied from Mezco, so obviously the sculpt is good. So yeah, that's what it is. All right, so in terms of articulation, let's look at the head first. Head can look, sorry, I'll just focus it. There you go. Head can look up pretty well, so he can do flying poses and all of that. Head can look down pretty well. That's pretty good. And the head joint is pretty stiff. It can do side to side. So there's a head and a neck joint. The shoulders can do up and down, can turn all the way around. There's a little bit of a bunching when you look at when you try forcing it up. So I wouldn't go any further than that. But if you take the suit off, obviously you could go all the way around. There is like a shoulder kind of socket joint as well, butterfly joint. So yeah, that's pretty good. Double jointed elbows, which crunches up pretty well. Glove swivel, gauntlet swivel, wrist swivel, and a configuration in the wrist where you can go back and forth. Yeah, it does make a little bit of noise. So the shoulders aren't the sturdiest, but they hold their position. The elbows are not that bad. I think personally, the wrists are pretty good. So if you look at the chest, that's what it can do. That's how far it can go back. That's how far front it can go, which is not that much. But yeah, there's a lot of bunching when you do that with the clothing. So there are two joints here. So one down here, one up here. They both work well. The legs can kick up that high, which is pretty okay. Can't go back that much. They can go out to the side, but it's a little bit floppy. So that leg's a bit floppy for me. But yeah, it's all right. There's a boot cut. Legs can go up, down, and pivot. So you can pivot, yep. And it can do the splits, but yeah, the fabric just won't let it hold, and the joints aren't strong enough to hold the position. So yeah, that's what it looks like in terms of articulation. So in terms of accessories, Shazam comes with Mezco 112 collective box. This is where you can put all his additional accessories in. He comes with two extra head sculpts. The first one is just a regular head sculpt that comes with the original body. So it's not, the paint's not the best on it. You can see some skin seeping through the hairline. You also get a screaming head, which is like, when he says Shazam and then it turns into Shazam. You can use that head for that, or you can use him in fighting poses and all of that, which is pretty cool. You also get another head sculpt for Mr. Adam. I think that's what he is called. So yeah, you can see there's a big like gash in his face where Shazam punched him, and the head's completely severed off the body. So he probably punched him so hard it just came out. Yeah, we also get effect piece that we can put on the chest. I wasn't really able to get it on the chest well, so I don't think it really works. But yeah, it's a good effect piece. We also have the wired cape that we've looked at before. It's done pretty well. We've got to open kind of gripping kind of hands. Yep. So I'll probably try to put that in some photos later on. And we've got two flight hands as well. I'm just getting them up now. Yep. So we've got a couple of flight hands as well. So the hands are done really well, but probably because they're a direct sculpt copy from Mezco. So yeah. And we also get the flight stand, which is I think a staple of everything Mezco now. So you get this flight stand with every Mezco figure. So I guess everybody's seen that. So those are all the accessories he comes with. Alright, so this is part of the review that I didn't want to spend too much time on. The only reason I thought to bring it up here is because of the Legend Creation logo up here, which is something completely new. I've not seen that before. I've not seen that before in any of the other KOs. I have a few other KOs that I'll compare to Shazam in terms of height later on, but I've not seen that Legend Creation logo anywhere, so it's new, so that's why I wanted to put that up here. But if you look at the back of that, packaging is the same as that. So that's I think that's the official Mezco kind of box art where you have the figure posed in different ways. We also have a Mr. Mind as well in the box, like on the photo, but you don't really have it in the box. So I didn't get a small miniature of him, which is really disappointing. I was actually looking forward to him, but oh well. And yeah, this box is pretty much, yeah, it's just an open window kind of box that resembles the Mezco boxes. Alright, for some size comparisons or height comparisons, we've got a few Mezco knockoff figures or bootleg figures, so I'll just go through them one by one, but it looks like Shazam's the shortest, which I'm a bit surprised by. So yeah, the Shazam, probably because of his boots, is a bit shorter than everyone else. The way these bodies are, I think they're all the same body, so that's why, because of the smaller boots, the legs look a lot shorter. So yeah, I think swapping the legs out for a little bit bigger Marvel Legends Buccaneer boots might work out. but that's for a future project. But yeah, this is what he looks like next to the other figures. So if you look at the Man of Steel Henry Cavill Superman figure, he's a little bit taller, but that's probably because of the boots. The boots make him look a little bit taller. I I was able to get the actual Mezco figure, which we'll compare to later, but yeah, these are just the bootleg ones that I got before I got the actual figure. Because it was just a lot harder to track down. So the BVS Batman, I think one of the better Mezco figures, is also is also pretty difficult to find, but I did manage to find a original one for that as well, or the authentic one. This here is a custom Superman that I made myself. The suit and everything I made myself. But yeah, I used the same body as this one, and the boots I got from customizer on eBay. And yeah, so that's how I got that to work. I don't have this guy's authentic one, but yeah, he's really hard to come across and he's pretty expensive, so I didn't want to spend that much money. But that's the BVS Armored Batman, pretty beasting figure, even though he's not authentic. Yeah, it's a pretty good figure. All right, next we'll compare him to some authentic Mezco figures. So starting from the left, we've got the Mezco Justice League Aquaman. Yeah, he's a pretty good figure. He's a bit skinny on the abdomen, but he's all right. He's got bigger muscles. Like he's got a bigger, broader shoulder, so I think that works. This is the official Superman, but I've got a mandible head here. So yeah, it obviously looks a lot better because of the head sculpt and everything. That's even the hands are custom. The neck stump is custom. So it just makes the figure look a lot better. And that's the original one, so authentic. So Shazam again is the shortest one here again. Next to him is the official Mezco BVS Batman. That Batman body is just so awesome. I think he's a little bit bigger in terms of the body, but yeah, I'm not really sure. Maybe it's just a suit, but those thighs definitely look smaller than those thighs here, but it might just be the suit. And to the extreme right, we've got the Ascending Knight Batman from Mezco. I created the custom shorts on him, so if anybody wants that, or if anybody wants to know how to make that, let me know. I can help you out. All right, next we'll look at some Mattel Multiverse figures. So we'll start from the left. That's a Harley Quinn. I'll let you know if there are some customs. I might have missed out a few, but if you want to know about any custom work that I've done on any of my figures, just leave a comment and I'll try my best to come back to you. So on the left here, we've got Harley Quinn from Suicide Squad. Yeah, she scales about right. I mean, yeah, Shazam could have been a little bit taller. But yeah, right next to her is the Mattel Multiverse movie Shazam, who is a lot taller. I think he's not supposed to be that tall, Zachary Levi, because Batman's from the multiverse and Aquaman's from the multiverse as well. And I guess Shazam shouldn't be as tall as Aquaman, but oh well, it's just an action figure, so it's probably a little bit off scale. But yeah, our boy is still the smallest so far. So yeah, that's the Shazam from the multiverse. That's Aquaman from Aquaman movie multiverse figure. That's Batman from BVS. So I've customized him. There's a little bit of a what do you call it? It's a shading on top of the suit. I've changed his head with a BVS Mezco knockoff head. So that's the knockoff head sculpt, and I've put a custom cape on him. And that's the collect and connect Doomsday at the back there. He's pretty massive, so I didn't want to just put him in front. He would overshadow everybody, but yeah, he's massive. So that's what he looks like next to other multiverse figures. Alright, so next we're looking at a few Marvel figures. Well, Captain Marvel, but hey. So starting from the left here, we've got default Captain America, so nothing changed, no customs on him, but he's a knockoff figure, also from AliExpress. We've got the Cyclops from the Love Triangle 3-pack with Wolverine and Jean. Yeah, Shazam's still the smallest, so I think I definitely need to change his boots or do something with him. That's the Beast figure from Hasbro, and also the Venom figure that's based on, I think, the Hyperion body. So this is what he looks like next to some MCU Marvel Legend figures. On the left here, we've got Captain Marvel, who's, I think, same or similar height to Shazam here. Thor is a lot taller and he's a custom, so I think he's the Infinity War Thor that came with Call Obsidian body part, and also the Thor BAF, the Bro Thor BAF from Endgame Wave 2, I think. Here we have Iron Man Mark 43. I think that's Mark 43. That's from one of the Avengers movies. That's with Spider-Man. Oh, that's from Infinity War. And we've got Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow. I don't know what movie she's from, but yeah, she's got one of the best Scarlett Johansson likeness head sculpts ever. So yeah, I really dig that figure. So this is what Shazam looks like next to some MCU Marvel Legend figures. So next up, we've got some DC 7-inch action figures. So they're obviously an inch taller than Shazam, or at least should be. Shazam's a 6-inch figure. So these are obviously a lot taller. On the left here, we've got the Arkham Origins Bane action figure. Right next to him, we've got, so they're all, I think, yeah, they're all pretty vanilla, so nothing custom on them. Next one there is the DC Collectibles New 52 3-pack Batman. He came with Wonder Woman and Superman. I think Superman was the variant where you had the shiny blue. We've also got the McFarlane DC Multiverse Batman Action Comics 1000, or was it Detective Comics 1000 version? And next to him, we've got the Batman Man Who Laughs from McFarlane. So next up, we've got some import DC figures. Most of them are from Mayfex. We've got one from SH Figure Arts, but we'll go through them. So this is the die-cast Justice League Mayfex figure. Yeah, he's a little bit taller than Shazam, but a lot skinnier. The next to him, we've got the Mayfex BVS Batman Armored Batman. So yeah, he should be a little bit bulkier, but yeah, that Batman looks a little bit skinnier, but he's way posable. So I've got the the Mezco one as well as the Mayfex one. Yeah, and I usually tend to have the Mezco one for aesthetic purposes, and this one's more for like posing around and messing around and stuff. We've also got the Bale Batman, that's the Mayfex 3.0 version. And last but not least, we've got Flash from SH Figure Arts. Alright, so that's all I wanted to share with you in terms of this figure. I hope you all enjoyed it. Please leave a like if you think that this video was informative or helped you in your purchasing decision of the Mezco figure. If you want to see reviews of more figures, please let me know in the comments below. I'll probably be doing a few other Mezco figures, so stay tuned for that. Subscribe if you want to see more content and be notified as soon as it's out. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, I'll probably be sharing some of my custom work there, so you could do that as well. Signing off, Azrak here. So guys, stay safe and yeah, take care. Bye.